Alright guys, welcome to my next Silverchair lesson. This one's for Black Tangled Heart. I know I've been getting requests for the song for quite a while now. It's just a little tricky for me to explain. So what I'm going to do in this is I'm going to explain the chord grips that you need, but I'm not going to go into too much detail on exactly which strings you need to play when. You'll just have to kind of watch what I'm doing and hopefully it will come across. And I think it'll be a lot easier that way to explain. So the song is in standard tuning, and let's get started with the intro. So for the intro, you're going to start on the 6th fret of the low E string, and you're going to play, or you're going to grip it like a barred major chord, except you're not going to bar it. You're going to wrap your thumb around to fret the low E string. So this allows you to leave the high E string open while still getting the sound of the major chord. So it'll be 6th fret on the low E with your thumb, then 8, 8, 7, 6, and open high E. So what you're going to do is you're going to strum the chord without the high E. You can mute it with your first finger there. And then you need to open up the high E again after you strum it so that you can arpeggiate it like so. And I'll do it slowly so hopefully you can see what's going on. But you strum it and then it sounds like this. So once again slowly. Then you're going to move this grip down to the 1st fret on the low E string, and you'll fret that with your thumb. So it'll be 1, 3, 3, 2, 1, and open high E. You're going to strum it without the high E again. And you're going to arpeggiate it this way this time. So once again, I hope you can see, I'll explain, but once again slowly it'll sound like this. So all that is you're going to hit the open B string and hammer onto the 1st fret, and then open G string, hammer on the 2nd fret. So you keep the grip the same, you're just lifting your fingers and putting them back down. And then after that, you're going to hold an E minor chord, which is 2nd fret A string, 2nd fret D string. And you're not going to strum it, you're going to arpeggiate it like so. So hopefully you can see that, but it'll be then once again you're just lifting your finger and putting it back down. In this case it'll be open D and then hammer on the 2nd fret. So you're going to repeat that whole section from the 6th fret to the 1st fret to the E minor. The only difference is going to be the way the E minor sounds. So it's still going to be gripped the same way, it's just going to sound different, so you're going to play it like this instead. So you can see the major difference is when you hammer on the 2nd fret, you're going to hit the 2nd fret again and slide up to the 4th and back on the D string. hopefully that makes sense. So we'll move on to the verse riff. So the verse riff is going to be arpeggiated, but it'll start with a C chord. So 3rd fret A string, 2nd fret D string, 1st fret B string. Only you're going to play it like this. And then from there, you're going to hold the same grip with your first finger basically, and you lift your other 2 fingers off, put your middle finger down on the 2nd fret of the low E string, and arpeggiate it similarly. So it'll sound, you'll start with the C, go back to the C, back to the 2nd fret low E, and then to the E minor. So all together slowly, the verse riff should sound like this. Okay, so the chorus is going to be dominated by the strings basically, but the guitar is just going to be 3 simple chords really. You're going to start with the B flat major, I guess. You can play it as a power chord, just 1 on the A string, 3 on the D and G strings. Or you could play 1, 3, 3, 3. But you just strum that once and hold it. And then you're going to go to the F major chord, which is 1 on the low E, 3 on the A and D, and 2 on the G. And just mute the high B and E strings. So. And you strum that once, and then the E minor. And you can sort of follow the strings when they just kind of do that little stutter, and it's just open on the D string and 2 on the D string. So all together. Something like that. So you do that once, and then you repeat those chords. But instead of strumming the E minor, the second time you would sort of arpeggiate it like so. And you add in the 3rd fret on the G string, so it'll sound like. And then 2nd fret G string, open G string. So again, that sort of follows what the strings are doing at that point. And then the 3rd time you repeat it, you start again with the B flat. And you can sort of follow the strings with the F. And it's almost like the intro. You could play the F with your thumb for that part. So it's basically the same 3 chords played 3 times, but with slightly different ending variations. So the first time you'll just be and the second time will be. time is just a variation of the F. So hopefully that makes sense. And moving on. So after you play through another verse and chorus, you'll come into a slightly distorted part. So it'll be right after the second chorus, and you'll just hear basically this being played over and over again. And all that is the open low E string, 7th fret A, and 8th fret D. And that starts off the interlude. So you hear that being played a few times, and then it will change up back to a clean part. Alright, so after the distorted part, you'll get into a clean part of the interlude, which is probably best expressed as just strumming these chords. So you'll start with the C. And once again, 3rd fret A string, 2nd fret D string, 1st fret B string. And you can just kind of strum it like that. And then there'll be sort of an ascending sound to it. And you'll start with the open low E, 7th fret A string, 5th fret D string. So slide that up 2 frets, so open low E, 9th fret A and 7th fret D. You're gonna go to open low E, 10th fret A, 9th fret D. And then you're gonna go 12th or 14th fret A and 12th fret D. So that first part, we'll play it through slowly. Then you're going to slide back down to C again. Only this time it's going to be descending. So this time you're going to start with 10th fret A string, 9th fret D, then 9th fret A, 7th fret D, 7th fret A, 5th fret D, 2nd fret A, 4th fret D, and then back to your C chord again. So the second time descending should sound like this. So the third time you repeat it, it should sound like the first time. But after you repeat it the third time and you get up to 14 A string and 12 D string, you're going to slide back to C. So you'll play C, then 2nd fret A, 4th fret D, and 4th fret G. Then a G chord, open G, which is 3 on the low E, 2 on the A, and 3 on the B and high E. And then the B flat, 1, 3, 3 on the A, D, and G strings. So, let me try to play the whole thing through slowly so you can sort of hear how it all ties together. made a bit more sense that way. And then we basically get to the ending, which is pretty drawn out, in which one guitar will constantly be playing this, basically. And another guitar will be playing different octaves, basically. The first guitar will be basically providing a bedrock, with that constantly playing. And the second guitar will be sort of following the string sounds with the octaves. So it'll start with 7 on the A string and 9 on the G, and you mute the D string. Alright, so the first little bit of the outro, you'll just hear the 7 on the D string and 9 on the G string octave being played, and then it will start this loop. So you hear that, then it'll start looping this pattern. So it'll be 7 on the A string and 9 on the G string. Then you drop that down 1 string, so 7 on the low E, 9 on the D. And then crawl down 1 fret at a time, like so. So I'm playing it sloppy, but you get the idea. It'll be 7 and 9 here, then drop down 1 string, down a fret, down a fret, and then repeat. And of course there'll be a stutter here and there where the time changes slightly in the song, but you'll be able to hear that and play along with it. So yeah, that's it. It basically ends on that, on the 6 on the low E and 8 on the D. And that's it. So that's Black Tangled Heart, guys. Let me know how I did. I think I got it fairly close to how it should sound. And like I said, the string section kind of throws everything off for the guitar because they're so prominent in the chorus and everything that you can't really, well, they're really on the recording, there is no guitar in the chorus really. It's all strings and piano. But hopefully that will allow you to play all of it on guitar anyway and still sound somewhat correct. So yeah, that's Black Tangled Heart, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful for you, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.